Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of Chains of Asmodeus. Hello, hello, hello. So, first and foremost, we don't have Sue with us tonight because it's her very last show, but after that, she's going to be with us all the time, which we're very happy about. But first, let's introduce these lovely people. Hi, I'm the person that mentioned once before we started that all of the layers of the nine hells either sound like an STD or the medicine used to take them with. So let me just say that my Phlegethos is really flaring tonight, but I'm on some Avernus and it should clear it up really soon. Haley!
Hi, I'm the one who has chronic stygias constantly. Haley!
Hannah!
Get it, find
Yeah,
it.
follow that.
Find it.
You got it.
So, hi. I'm the one that has. I've got nothing, dude. You took Avernus. I have it written down. I wasn't prepared. Malbolt. I have a hell of a malbulge. We're just gonna leave it there. Hannah.
Jesus Christ.
Diana.
Hi, hello. I'm the one who originally gave Maddie Phlegethos, so add that to your fanfiction. Diana Beck.
And also send me the link to that fanfiction. I need it for personal reasons. Apollo!
Hello, I'm the person who has a nasty rash of canias and they just will not get out from under my skin. Apollo.
And welcome back, everybody. Before we start, we have some quick announcements. First and foremost, I finally remembered to upload the one-shots onto Patreon, so they're there now. So, for just a one-time fee, if you just want to pay for a month, it's $5. You can watch all of the exclusive one-shots from Dungeons and Demigods, as well as our exclusive starter one-shots for Chains of Asmodeus. So that includes the one-shot between the lovely Diana and the lovely Haley, in which the two of them first met, their characters, Rami and Sol, first met to do some really fun activities together. And then also the one-shot where Shiloh, Mechnon, and Ymir first met, because they, of course, started the campaign all together, traveling together as a party. So those one-shots are now live. They're a little clunky, because we were still figuring some stuff out, but if you want to see some of the kind of starter lore, you can get into it, because I think it's definitely a very cool payoff. So you can find that in the chat or in the description of this video. It'll help support us as a group, because all of us make some extra coin off of it. If you'd like to support the channel, we really appreciate it. Other than that, also check out the content warnings, because we want to keep you as safe as can be. Listen, it's grimdark, this is hell, get into it. Fun times with friends. Also, you should join the Discord. We just had our first after show, a little Q&A session. It was very, very fun, and we answered questions from our Discord. So join there, you can talk with friends. I also send all of the visuals into that chat from the book, labeled as well as playlists and other things. It's really fun. We have nearly 200 people in there that are all D&D fans, just like you. People have formed parties in this Discord. You should join and hang out. Also, don't forget to watch all of this on YouTube, and please leave a comment. It really helps my morale. And also, half of the comments are just people correcting our rules. I do pay attention and I write them down, I promise. But also, there are so many rules in D&D. We out here doing our best. Alright. On that, I think we'll have the recap from the lovely Haley.
Hello. So last session, was really fun because we had a guest. We went over to Arshada's palace and we met Avalette, who is a secretary with an MLM. We ended up giving away some of our lawfulness to her for some information. Oh, and she won't dress up like my dead wife anymore, which is also great. Thank you, Shiloh, for donating what I can only assume is your mom. Who's to say? Is it your mom? Oh, all right. That's my own fan theory that it's your mom. Anyway, my note says we head upstairs to beat the shit out of Arshada because we learned that the wrought iron tower is held within a metal chest with him right now. So we head upstairs, and we end up not beating the shit out of him. We emotionally beat the shit out of him by making him feel like he's inferior, and holding the weapon, and eventually giving it over to Ymir. And then we make our little escape before they catch us with the wrought iron tower, and we get out of Dees quick. And now we get out of this place quick, and we head to the next layer, and we ended the session seeing an angel in the sky? Turiel is the name that I have written down for the angel. So we'll see how that goes. I don't trust an angel in hell, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Exhibit A, Zariel.
True.
Sorry, I'm rereading the wrought iron tower, and I just got so happy.
Taking your little feet.
You know when you read a section that you hadn't read before, and you're like, huh? Huh?
Most of my notes are trying to write down everything it does, and I was like, I can't keep up. That's how many things there are. It was so exciting.
Bit interlude.
Hi, Masses. How are you doing? Hope you're enjoying your May so far.
Chapter 1 of George Orwell's 1984.
Oh,
Perfect
great.
timing.
Awesome.
It was a bright, cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. Wilson Smith, his chin nuzzled into his breast in an effort to escape the vile wind, slipped quickly through the glass doors of Victory Mansions, though not quickly enough to prevent a swirl of gritty dust from entering along with him. The hallway smelled of boiled cabbage and an old rag mat. This book is against the light. I can't see shit. At one end of it, a colored poster, too large for indoor display, had been tacked to the wall. It depicted simply an enormous face, more than a meter wide, the face of a man of about 45, with a heavy black mustache and rugged, handsome features. Winston made for the stairs. It was no use trying the lift. Even at the best of times, it was solemn working, and at present the electric current was cut off during daylight hours. It was part of the economy drive in preparation for Hate Week. The flat was 7 flights up, and Winston, who was 39, and had a varicose ulcer above his right ankle, went slowly, resting several times on the way. On each landing, opposite the lift shaft, the poster with the enormous face gazed from the wall.
Is this copyright? Are we about to get banned from Twitch right now?
Copyright. There's no way.
I'll grab something in the public domain. It's fine.
Water everywhere.
Yeah, Apollo Energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I nearly fell asleep. I was all cozy.
I saw you leaning so far back. I was like, I can't look. I'll laugh.
We all got really comfy. That's all I gotta say.
Wooden chat says they can't hear Maddie, but we can hear in the Discord.
Whoops, I've muted myself and then I forgot about it.
We are.
Everything's fine. Okay. Editors, you can cut this out. I'm the editor. Alright. So, you guys are all currently on the barge. And you've seen Ymir glance up towards this strange winged figure, muttering under her breath, eyes glazed over in that way that you know that she is being spoken to in a way that the rest of you can't hear. She relays the message to the rest of you, explaining that this angel, Tyrael, who has reached out, has asked you to come visit him and his people, that they, like you, are people not of this place that are stuck here. And they wish to help however they can. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm in a corner just kind of... I think the attunement process is me just holding the wrought iron tower across my... I'm sitting like cross-legged, I have the wrought iron tower in my lap, and I'm half meditating, but also I just look angry. Like Star Killer in the Star Wars video games, where he can't really meditate because he doesn't know how to meditate. So he's just kind of like angrily holding the wrought iron tower, attuning to it.
I think oh, I was just gonna say, she's probably slowly approaching Ymir from behind, kind of like, because she's seen angels before, but seeing one outside of a dream and outside of a vision is a little bit different for her, and they don't always act this way, so she's kind of like slowly creeping up and staring up in a mixture of awe and also just curiosity.
Shiloh is still in recovery mode post dying last time, so I think that she's lying on the kind of like roof deck, curled into a little bit, like lying back and keeping her eyes closed. I think if there's kind of like shuffling or whatever around, she's gonna very gruffly be like, "Could you keep it down?"
You guys see Kayla emerge from her quarters and kind of approach your group. She says, "What is going on? Should I stop?"
Soul's just gonna like gesture over to where the angel is. Is that something you see very often, or
No, it isn't. Well, there are stories, of course, of angels who find themselves in the hells, usually on a mission. What exactly did they say?
They said that we're not from here, which we're not, and that they have other people who are not from here that they want to help.
If you want to get closer, I can see if their intentions are true, if you wish.
I mean, if they're true, we do have a place to drop off the kids. That's not, a torture hangout like these, so... Yeah, I'd say we do, but, I mean, I guess it's up to everybody else as well. I look at everybody who is sitting or lying on the ground of the barge.
Shiloh kind of like raises an eyebrow towards the angel apparently in the sky. She goes, "Don't believe it's exactly an angel. We're in hell, but if we can get rid of the children, then that's a win for me."
I look up We're getting rid of the children. Seasoning.
I don't like the way you guys are saying that, but that's fine.
Did you just say
So-
seasoning?
You said we're getting rid of the children. I assume we're. Oh,
Consuming? We're not. Magnon, did you
Oh,
think we were gonna eat the children?
I read the situation wrong. My bad. What are we doing?
We're gonna go hang out with an angel, and they'll take the kids.
Oh, okay.
What I would suggest is perhaps you stake out the intentions of the creatures before. Maybe talk with this one, and I can stay on the barge, protect the children. At your word, I can bring them inside.
Do we think like doing like a? Do I have it prepared? I think I could. Oh no, I don't have it prepared. R.I.P. We were in the lair of no lies, so I unprepared zone of truth. Don't worry about that.
Damn.
Shiloh can earthbind this thing. We can just bring it down to our level and take a look.
Yeah, let's throw it in earthly chains, why don't we?
Yeah, the first thing we do when we
Throw
see an
me
angel, let's
You
trap
see
it.
Kayla 3 just kind of looking towards you and goes, or perhaps you could ask?
Right. Well, Saul, it seems to wish to communicate with you. So, ask it.
Let me bring the
Oh.
barge in closer. We're still quite a ways away. And Kayla brings the barge over, closer to where this angel is flying above. And as you get closer, kind of breaking out from beneath the cliffs that line either side, you see what looks like a palace or a mansion that is just peeking out from beneath, from above the mountaintops.
Does it look like an evil palace or like one that the angels might?
Roll an
Is it,
insight
like,
check for evil
alabaster?
palace.
Can I vibe check this building?
Yeah.
Oh god. Did you say insight?
Can
Yep.
I like history it to see if it looks like any architecture? Does it follow any architectural style that I know of?
Yeah, roll. You just don't want to roll an insight check. Yeah, roll a history check.
I really don't. I really don't.
Well, I got an 18.
13 history.
Alright.
Can I roll an arcana on the angel to be like, does this look really angel-y or like fake angel-y?
Can I roll an
roll-
insight on the angel?
Who the fuck
Sure.
Should
is
this have been a
Sure.
religion check?
You know what?
Who is your
Everybody have a
father?
roll.
We all get one.
Could it have been a religion check that I rolled? Because I realized I'm so much better at religion.
No, fuck you.
Fuck.
20 insight check for dirty 20 insight check.
Yep.
I got a nat 20 plus 8 for my
Alright.
arcana check on this thing.
Let me just go
Hell
down
yeah.
the line. Raimi.
Okay, my religion check was a 15.
Let me just read the description. This palace is half sunk into the mud, and a great swarm of flies and wasps hover over it like a nightmarish cloud. Looking up at the facade of the building, you see remnants of beauty long gone. Intricate carvings in marble are covered in filth and crawling things. Mighty stone walls lie half crumbled away, revealing rotting wood supports jutting out like shattered bones. There were tall windows once, now there only remain gaping holes. Slits of impenetrable black, glaring down at you like soulless eyes.
I think that's where Philethagos comes from.
Yes,
Meknon,
indeed.
with your 13 history, it does not resemble any of the architecture you've seen in Hell so far. Haley, with your dirty 20 insight check, as you get closer and you see Tyrael kind of begin to float lower down, you see a very open, innocent look on this man's face. He is extremely beautiful, has a very youthful looking face and visage, kind of longer brown hair in waves, and he kind of just floats down easily, and you get the vibe of someone who is someone who was incredibly sad and now just has this almost desperate flash of hope, like finding an oasis in a desert. And Shiloh, with your natural 20, the light emanating from this figure makes your eyes uncomfortable. It almost makes your undead soul reel back slightly, in a subtle way that you think only true celestial power could manage.
Hi. So we're close enough to speak to it, right? I'm not
Yeah, he's now
chatting.
just like, he's now floated and just very gently landed on the bow of your ship.
Alright, it's nice to meet you, I guess. Is there... You need help, right?
Well, not quite help. More so, my family they need something different, and I think that we could help you the same. We were companions of the angel Zariel, and were sent here to bring her home. We have not left this place in many years. We have a place where you may rest and recover.
Are we all up on the dock?
I'd assume so.
Sure.
Shiloh, at this point, has your curious? Well, you did look at the arcanic vibe, so I assume you're above
I've definitely
deck.
I've definitely hopped down. I still have like a stain of black ichor on the corner of my mouth from spitting up blood not too long ago, and I look pretty over it. But the idea of rest and a quiet place does sound appealing, so she's hopped down into the rest of the group.
And just to quintuple confirm, we are out of D's.
You are out of D's.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to look at this angel and say, Zariel is 2 layers up. Why are you down here?
We were cast out. Now we exist somewhere between. There were once dozens of us, but over time our number has been reduced as some died in battle, others fallen to complete corruption. A few have redeemed themselves and returned to the 7, but there are 7 of us that remain.
What do you require from us?
Company? A meeting with our leader, Uriel.
Brandon, Yuri, what are you doing here?
I was gonna say that sounds like another one of those like STDs, to be honest.
Or, you know, like the name of one of the
Got a case of the Uriel.
Catholic archdevils.
It
It's
happens if you
fine.
don't pee after sex.
Archangels.
I know.
Fuck.
I know.
I've seen Supernatural.
I think Shiloh is gonna hop to the edge of the dock and kind of look over, and point to the mansion and go, "Is that your abode?"
What remains of it? Yes. But
Well,
it is, despite appearances, impenetrable by any devilish forces.
if you're an angel and you've
I'm not an angel.
fallen, not an angel.
Not anymore. We lost that name. We're something in between.
I think that Shiloh is incredibly skeptical at the idea of these things wandering about. I think she's simply going to go to the thing and say, if you are as powerful as you seem, I don't know what a bunch of lowly travelers could provide.
I understand what this place does to people, how much it makes you forget about the balance achieved in the material plane. Even those who live on it do not see the other side of the spectrum, but where I was born, what I know is that some can be prone to just offering something to someone who needs it without the expectation of something in return. So perhaps my more selfish desire is the need to do something kind again.
And if your kindness is allowing us a place to stay for the night, I think that that's something we can manage, and then we can move on and have a meeting with Uriel and see what we agree to later.
Of course. Please, you may follow me if you wish. You do not need to give me your trust. It is not something I require of you. We have been here for near a millennia. We do not see much beyond the evil machinations of the devils. I fear I may lose more of my family if they do not see something that is different, even slightly.
Solstice is going to bring the kids up on deck. She's gonna go get them and bring them up, and eventually, hopefully, bring them into their palace? Question mark. Their hangout area, the angels.
Tyrael watches you bring these two children above and lets out a small gasp, and you see for a moment, especially you rolling that dirty 20, it's like in a small moment, like the worry lines around this angel's eyes, the limpness in their hair, like to you in this place, this being is perfect and beautiful, and for just a moment you get a glimpse of them at their glory, a glimpse of that angel as he looks at these children, and a teary smile breaks out on his face, and he approaches them, and you see these children who have names, by the way, that you would know now. I wrote them down and then I lost the note.
Wow.
One of us would have cared to learn.
Yeah.
I think I can remember.
Oh, fuck.
Solstice would know. Solstice would know.
Loud
Their
one,
names-
sad one.
The girl was
Thing one and thing
Myra, Myra, and the boy, I'll just
Greg.
say his name is Phelan. And the two of them, seeing this person, they, usually so shy, just sort of walks straight up to him, and he takes their hands and crouches down, and you see his visage almost gets younger until he resembles them in age. He says, "What is your name?" And they just talk very quietly. And you see a couple of quiet words, and Myra giggles before he looks up to the rest of you and stands and looks like himself again. "It has been a long time. We are all patrons of something. I am the patron of youth."
I just figured it'd be the nicest face you've seen in ages.
It is.
It's just like,
This is crazy. I ain't never seen an angel before.
I can just
You
imagine
fought
Tyrex
rainbows
being
or
like,
some
"No, it's
shit.
my
How does
face."
that work? Tira politely ignores him.
Just pushes him into the sticks. Like, no.
If you
I was
wish,
just gonna say,
you can follow me.
after you.
He begins to walk away, and you see Myra kind of breaks off and goes and holds onto the angel's hands, and the two of them begin talking as you guys begin a windy path up towards this angelic villa, this broken mansion. As you approach the doors, they open from the inside as soon as Tyrael approaches. And inside you see this great broken hall. It is devastatingly beautiful in its Gothic architecture. It would remind you of one of the almost like Gothic cathedrals if it was more of a palace, more of a home. But you can see those broken, shattered windows, the foundations left on the ground, the strange, hellish vegetation that has grown within the rot. And as soon as you see Tyrael walk in just a little bit brighter, some of those shadows, some of that rot seems to disappear around wherever he walks, but it quickly grows back as soon as he steps away. What are the rest of you doing?
Even though I trust Tyrael to some extent, I'm still keeping a close eye on the kids as we start to learn what's going on around here.
I think
is just
complete
kind of
opposite.
Like... Fine. I'm just looking at the architecture and I'm like, oh, I love what you've done with the place. This is great. Oh my God, is that a body? Yeah. No, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, it's some complete opposite to Soul. Oh my God, we're in hell and we're walking into a house of angels. This can't go well. I am securing every exit. I'm taking up the rear position in the group, and I'm just, checking for the emergency exit, seeing what the quickest routes of escape are, looking for any weak points in the structural integrity of this villa in case we need to, cave in a roof or something.
I mean, looking around, it looks like it'd be fairly easy.
I'm looking at this, I'm like, I could just run at it head on.
Yeah, kind of. You notice... Yep, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that Shiloh is, after seeing the kind of patron of youth get a little bit younger and then kind of go back and forth, I think she's just kind of pondering to herself, staring off to the distance about what celestial blood would taste like and what that would do. And I think that she's deep in thought about that.
As you enter kind of deep in the back of this long hall room, you spot a great throne or chair that has a figure sitting in it. You weren't sure if it was a figure at first due to the exceptionally large broken shapes beside it. These skeletal blackened wings that look to have pieces of fabric and flesh dripping from them, smoky and black. You see a figure with long black hair that reaches the floor and pools around it. Pale skin and glowing eyes track you as you enter. Their hands on either side of this throne show long curling fingernails, like a person who has sat in place for a very long time. And you see this head look up, and it seems to crack like something long stood still and look up at you. What is this? And the voice echoes down this hall.
Apparently we're supposed to be some respite. A little relief for you guys for a while.
It stands, bones cracking back into place. And as it steps off of the podium, you see a small beat, a flash of bright light before a different figure steps towards you. Nails shorter, hair more to their waist, still those skeletal wings, almost as if they willed what remained of them away as this angel approaches you. Also beautiful, but in a more haunting way. Tyrael, who are these people? And Tyrael just smiles, holding the hand of this child, and says, I believe they can help us. They're from the material plane. And this angel nods. You did well. I apologize for my appearance. It is much easier to stave corruption if you still yourself in your mind. I am Uriel. I am the leader of those that remain. What are your names?
Sorry, I gotta unmute Butch real quick because someone said the music is perfect, and if this music is a cue that shit's about to pop off, I need to know.
We've been here a long time, and names are something we don't love to give out freely. So sorry about the hesitation.
I see you have spent some time here. Well, we have not known anyone but each other for a long time. I invite you to join us for a meal. I wish to hear the tales of your exploits. In return, almost like it feels strange to say, you can partake in my wine cellar. It's the most comprehensive in the multiverse. If that is to your tastes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Twist our arms. Say, something like that.
Shit. You should have led with that.
I mean, we can't all partake in the wine. Falafel and miso soup over there might be a little young, but, I'm down.
Falafel and miso soup.
It's Mir and Phelan. It's Mir and Phelan.
I know.
Good. Well, I shall call the others. I know they will be interested. I will say, some of them are still attached to that of which they governed in the Seven and wish to protect it. Should they question you, I would entertain them, if you can.
What did they govern?
Many things. I was a patron of the arts. Let me introduce the rest in time. Strangers. And he gestures to the side, and immediately you look, and there suddenly is a long dining table with a smattering of chairs, and he takes his seat in that same throne that has suddenly appeared at the head of the table, and he gestures to the rest.
for us to sit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shiloh is going to take the one farthest to the head of the table because that's where she deserves to be. She plunks down and is already, if there are other like glasses and goblets already there.
Yep.
Yeah, she's already looking for the wine.
I think.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'll also sit down. I'll put myself at like the halfway position at the table, just in case shit pops off. I want to be like, no. Yeah, I'll put myself halfway down the table.
In case we
Near
have to
Myra
fist fight 7
Phelan.
divine beings at once.
Well, no, but the wrought iron tower does more damage to celestials, so kinda yeah.
Oh, oh God!
Just in case.
As a treat.
And one little bonk just to test it out.
God. I'll follow wherever Soul is, and very visibly kind of like stay right behind her, and wait to plop down into any chair that she sits next to.
Yeah, I stick near the kids.
The kids kind of sit at
'Cause
the
I-
table and their legs are just kicking.
I'm glad that they're happy. Yeah, just nearby enough because I know that they have a little bit of an attachment to Turiel, and if that turns, you know, gotta make sure to. I got them in the situation. I'll get them out.
We're cooked.
We're cooked. Is this supposed to be the beach? This is the beach
last
episode.
episode.
If you
supposed
let
to
it
do
be the
this.
beach episode, but you guys are being so untrusting. Anyways.
Okay, we'll let it be in the beach episode. We'll be so trusting from now on.
So untrusting. You gave us a
Promise.
nuke that specifically targets angels, and you're like, here, kids, go play. In a house full of angels.
You see a figure
don't understand.
enter. I would say very much like, looks like, what was his name? Alucard from Castlevania? The hot blonde vampire. That's what he looks
Hot.
like.
Wait, who does?
The
Turiel?
guy that just entered. He
Okay.
is holding
I
a
can behave
rose.
myself.
This long-stemmed flower that looks so delicate and so terribly out of place amidst the rot and horror of the 9 hells and this place, as he sits down, just kind of holding it against his lips and just scanning each of you. Close by is a woman who sits by Uriel's side, who watches you all with a heavy gaze, almost like the crackling of storms behind her eyes. Her head is shaved and her wings are folded tightly behind her back. She sits stiffly in her chair and is completely still. The others all enter. All of them look as you feel angels should look, but occasionally you spot that one of them has several feathers missing from their wings with blackened wounds. One is missing an eye that is heavily gashed and still gleaming with golden blood. And they all take their places. All of them kind of silent and reverent. Uriel gestures to each of them and says, and points to the one with the rose and says, Chamuel represented serenity and devotion. Arariel points to the woman beside him, controlled the waters of the earth.
What was her name again?
Ariel.
Thank you.
Gadriel, the one with the gashed eye, was known as the Watcher. Muriel, who you see is the one with the many missing feathers, a woman, was the patron of travelers. And Fanuel points to a sort of emaciated figure who had to be carefully led to their chair. And you see that their eyes are dull and unseeing. She offered hope and repentance. And you have met Tyrael. We welcome you. Please. He waves his hand, and a great feast appears on the table. And for those who eat of it, you gain the benefits of Hero's Feast. Which is... No, go away. You... You're cured of all diseases and poison. You become immune to poison and being frightened, and you make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Your hit point maximum increases by 2d10, and you gain the same number of hit points. This lasts for 24 hours.
Who rolls the 2d10?
You guys. I'll just roll it for all of you. Make it easier.
Roll well.
13.
It's better than what I rolled.
Immediately you see the kids are just digging in, very happy, and rather than eat, you just see Tyrael is just watching them, and if you look closely, you see his eyes are shining as he is just watching them and crying.
Are they eating?
Yeah.
I love the concept that the kids just gained like 3 times as many hit points as they previously had.
Oh yeah, no, they're like level 20 now, by
Just
comparison.
get ripped out of nowhere.
And Uriel glances up and makes eye contact with you, Shiloh, because you were sitting directly opposite him at the other head of the table, as you said.
Oh, great.
You said that.
I regret my choices, Maddie. I'm like looking into my goblet. I'm kind of swirling around, feeling the poison of the previous day. Because I was poisoned not once, but like 3 times or something like it was. So I'm quite happy to have that washed away. You know, turkey leg in my other hand.
Well then, shall we begin? Tell us, whatever you're willing, of your story here so far.
I think Shadow's eyes immediately dart to the others in the group and go, well, you know, we have a couple of things we're fetching, a couple places to be, people to meet. Nothing terribly interesting, I'm afraid. Now that they're no longer indecent, she can lie again.
Oh, sorry. I'm stressed.
Keeping it vague, I see. Ah, well. You see Chamuel leans towards, as like the conversations kind of flutter down, Chamiel leans towards Mechnon with this rose and sort of points it towards you. You are a paladin.
Yes, I am.
To what are you devoted?
Before my ventures into the hells, I was devoted to the glory of my people and seeing our reach expanded. And I am here furthering that oath.
No. You are not devoted to your people. You are devoted to yourself.
Am I not one of my own people?
Not in your experience. I wonder how unnatural it is for you to work with others, knowing you cannot cast them aside if they become unuseful or disrespectful. I will admit, your devotion is impressive. Yet you still disgust me. Your devotion is easy. It requires no skill. To be devoted to one's own selfishness is the easiest task of them all. You think yourself so strong, but you are as corrosive as the acidic blood that runs through your veins.
I'm gonna smile and let just globs of acid fall onto the food and then bite into the acid. Well, if the heavens decree, what are you devoted to? Because from where I see things, if you are devoted to those beneath you, you lower yourself to their level. That just seems like a waste of potential.
The words of a weak man who could not even imagine what it is to sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Ow. I'm just gonna keep eating. You will not provoke me to anger, Maddie.
You do not even defend your devotion.
I am not as gifted with words as some of my companions. The only person that I need to defend anything to is myself. That's the beauty of my devotion. Begins and ends with me.
Then why are you here? In the hells, if not to do something good. I know love is foreign to you. You see it as obsession of a beast-like possessiveness. You succeeded, and yet you would throw away the bone in your teeth for something that you might just love.
I think at this point, one of my hands, so my nails are digging into the table, and it's beginning to shake. Love. I care not for love. I am in the hells, because what is mine is mine, and nobody can take that away from me.
I need you to roll a persuasion check.
Meanwhile, like, the rest of us in the corner are just, like, eating popcorn off the table, watching this happen.
That is a 17 on the die plus 8.
That is a success. You see a smile on Chamuel's face. I believe that you believe that.
You rage baited me with the hot one.
And you see the angel sits back in his seat, glancing over to Uriel, who has been watching the exchange very carefully with a kind of knowing smile. And you see Chamuel looks a little bit brighter. Shiloh, you notice Gadriel, the one with a missing eye, looks towards you. Your body is long since rotted. Yet for some reason, you continue to live, leeching off of others who deserve it far more. How do you justify your own existence?
I am not the one who decides. That is far above my pay grade, I'm afraid.
You're very naive if you believe that.
And you stare a lot for someone with no eyes.
I still have one.
Would you like to lose it?
Would you like to try?
No. I like company. And while you may think I have rotted, this food has not. So I will enjoy myself for as long as I reign, because unfortunately, I have died more than once, and I'm quite okay taking a respite, if that's all right with you.
Do you think you deserve it?
We deserve nothing. We are only given what we have.
Roll a persuasion check.
I know that's right.
Dun, 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 dun. Persuasion. That is a 13 on the die plus 9 for a 22.
That is a success. You see, he nods. I hope you make it worth it in the end.
I think Shiloh politely raises a glass in a kind of cheersing motion, unfazed by the idea that she is not worthy because she knows she's not. And so being told makes no difference.
In the final course, Tyrael, who looks to you all and glances towards Fanuel, that charred remains, that wisp of what was, and sighs. Fanuel has become exhausted, depleted from sustaining all of us. What hope is there for us? He looks to all of you, looking for someone to speak. What hope still remains?
I hope that these kids would have a better life than the one that they had when I met them. And it seems like maybe if they could stick around here, it's possible.
They would stay.
Maybe. If you guys feel like that's a good decision.
You see,
I know you're happy.
Tyrael looks wide-eyed towards Uriel, who again is just silently observing. I have no doubts you wish to enter deeper. They, of course, may stay. Our walls will protect them. I believe that they may help us. Are they your hope? He looks to Solstice.
Not the only hope I have. I have a lot of other things to hope for. That'll sustain me, so don't worry about that.
Like what? A whisper from that wisp. Its mouth doesn't move, you just hear it in the wind. And when you look back to it, its head is already pointed towards you, though you didn't see it move.
I hope to see my wife again as herself. If I can just say hi really quick while I'm down here, that'd be great. Get a goodbye that I didn't get to get.
Do you have faith that this will happen?
I guess it's not faith, but yeah, hope. Like you said, I hope it'll happen. I wouldn't bet everything on it that it'll happen, but I'll try my best.
Can you please roll a persuasion check with disadvantage?
That's fair. Ooh. Ooer.
Ooh.
Then you will fail.
It's kind of rude. No. I mean, I could die tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna happen 100%, but yeah, I'm gonna see my wife. Don't worry. She's down here, and I'm gonna go see her.
You already see her. Uriel looks at you.
Yes, but as she was, I've seen her a couple times now. Whatever's possessing her at the time, or making her, or wearing her skin, it's not her. Her and her soul's down here. If I don't see her, I don't have anything else. So I'm gonna see her.
But you are the one without a soul. Do you not seek your own?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'll grab my own soul while I'm here.
Of course. Now, with our meal at an end, I thank you for the company and the stimulating conversation. I will keep my promise. For those who wish, follow me. And he stands, those wings creaking and casting a shadow over the entire table. For he turns and disappears down a dark corridor. What are the rest of you doing?
Raimi is actively shoveling cookies as best as she can into her bag and all her pockets. You can see she's made a sandwich out of 2 oatmeal cookies, just a wad of buttercream, and is dipping it in pudding. And she just tosses it in her mouth, then shuffles towards the guy.
You see Phelan next to you is quietly copying you and tries it and just goes, "Oh God." So he's very good.
I have done nothing but good for the next generation.
Set them up for success.
I think that for
you first.
You.
I think similarly, I'm just gonna grab a full. I'm gonna big hand. I'm gonna grab a whole leg of lamb and just a chicken. I've been eating military rations since I left Time Anther. I'm eating good tonight.
You put them on your sword and you're just eating it off of your sword. Like a big kebab stick.
Toothpiller is out flat. I just have a charcuterie sword.
Charcuterie sword. Do any of you follow Uriel?
I think that for a moment, Shiloh hesitates, and if anyone looked at her, the kind of visage of like this winged figure casting the shadow, for a moment her face falters and it falls. And she just sits and she stares a minute before he turns around and begins walking away, before she kind of shakes it off and stands up, grabbing, I'm going to say she's double fisting. She's going to be dual wielding goblets on either side. And is going to be following him, hopefully, into the wine cellar down below.
Alrighty. All of you following?
Yeah, with a very sour taste in my mouth, I will follow.
Okay. You all follow this shadow, and as soon as you break into this dark corridor and your eyes adjust either quickly with dark vision or slowly with not, and you see Uriel far faster than he should have is already at the top of a spiraling staircase that heads down, and he watches you for a moment before he disappears around the corner heading down. And
Be creepy.
as you follow him, you see you keep going down and he's gone until you reach the bottom, and he, again, far further away than he should be, is standing by a locked door holding a key. He unlocks it and pushes it open with a loud, slow creak, and torches begin to light as you see walls and walls of dusty wine bottles on racks. Depending on what you find, you may take up to 2 each.
I was about to say that Shiloh was already like putting them into the bag of holding.
He
She, like,
says
picks
this
one up.
before you enter. A wing over the
Okay.
door. Read the labels carefully. You may find something special. And he brings his wing back in and allows you to enter. I'm going to need everyone to roll me an investigation check and tell me what you get.
It's the
Can
most
I do
important
a
role.
history check as
No.
well? No.
This is the module thing.
Okay, investigation.
I got a 12.
My new favorite
also
thing
got a
is
12.
whenever players ask me, can I do this? I just go, no.
Yes, and
Nope.
dies on this channel.
I got a 19 for investigation.
Awesome. Raimi?
I got a 12.
Yaha? Solstice?
15.
Slay? Mechnon?
Also 12.
Okay. Raimi Mechnon, you find 2 bottles of beautiful vintage. Very lovely, very nice. Haley and Hannah, you find 1 bottle of a very nice vintage. And something else. Can the 2 of you please roll me a d8 each?
Oh my gosh.
I got a 2.
Okay.
I also got a 2.
One of you needs to reroll. You guys can choose
I'll
who.
reroll it.
Okay.
Oh, unless you want to reroll it, Hannah.
I don't know which one's better, lower or high. I'll reroll. I'll do it.
Okay.
Give it a go.
Stick with 2. Go for it.
A 1.
I got a 4.
Mid.
Alright.
Mid. Totally average.
Sol, you find a bottle called Casa Athkatla. So CASAATHKATLA. Hannah, Shiloh, you find a bottle called Wolf Blase.
That's
So
in character.
for the
I'm glad
rest
got
of you, the vintage that you've found is a very lovely bottle of wine each that range, depending on who's actually buying them, from being like 50 to 100 gold a bottle. Like, these are nice bottles of wine.
Mhm.
Have you found?
Can I read the label on? Oh.
Which one?
Can I read the label on mine? The special one.
It just reads like any other label, but it feels warmer in your hands, and almost like your innate connection to the soul and to ki. You almost feel a sort of strange energy around it. That's kind of what drew you to it. I think, on the other hand, Shiloh, what drew you to yours was the very subtle arcana sigils that were around the label that kind of tipped you off that it could be something more unique.
Can I do an arcana check on it?
Sure.
I'm just gonna ask Ymir later.
Yeah.
That's actually fair. I did get a 24 though.
4. You get some kind of elements of, hang on, I need to look at your sheet.
Meanwhile, off to the side, Raimi is just like actively uncorking a bottle, and she just sniffs it and like pinky out. He's like, "Yeah, notes of grape," and she holds it up to Vignon.
It's a really whiny finish.
Yes, that'll do.
You probably,
Get that one.
without identify, all you pick up is that one half of one of the sigils kind of sort of reminds you of vampiric touch, but not at all.
Got it. So nothing.
Baby,
cool. I'll
that's
ask
what
you later.
identifies for.
Yeah, good.
Basically, arcana checks help you go, it's magic. Baby, you should
It's
identify it.
Should identify it. Yeah, I think Shiloh is happily popping the bottles into her bag of holding and offering it to anybody that wishes to put them in there for safekeeping.
Yeah, sure for now.
Awesome. Imagine the bag of holding just clanks like a kid's backpack when they're taking liquor bottles to a sleepover and trying not to let anyone hear.
Yob. Uriel takes you back upstairs, where you see Tyriel is sitting on the ground beside the two children and is kind of bringing them over to Fanuel and seems to be trying to get them to talk to her, but the kids look quite afraid. And Tyriel kind of nods and brings them away again before he spots you and smiles. Right. Did you find what you were looking for?
There is a lovely assortment of vintage. Yeah, thank you.
If you wish, you may use some of the rooms to rest.
That'd be great, thank you.
Cool. We'll test out the limits of this immunity to poison.
Alright, and
No,
I'll
we can
say
get drunk.
we'll do DM
And
hand wave
poison.
before we go to break that Ymir identifies the two strange bottles. Casa Athkala is a potion of cloud giant strength.
Oh my god, best day ever.
Wolf Blase is a potion
Mechnon, that's mine, bitch.
is a potion of longevity. And on that note, we're gonna go to our break. So we'll be back in 10-minute time. Go to the bathroom, grab a drink, do what you need to do. We'll be back. Bye. Hey everyone, we're back. I don't even know if that was 10 minutes. It might have been less. Get into it. So, you all are led up to a kind of room that is almost looks like hastily put together, of a few cots and a warm fire. You see the windows have kind of had some canvas nailed over the top of them. And you are led inside by Tyrael. He says, most likely you might not see most of us around again, but whenever you wish, I wish you luck on your way, and we will take care of them. They will be safer here than anywhere else in the Hells, and of course if you find a way that they may return, you are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
You are welcome. All of you carry the markings of Asmodeus, soul or not. His aim is to corrupt you so that you cannot leave. Do not let him. It feels an impossible task to ask for, but I hope it isn't too late for you. How will you know?
How will we know when the temptations that are presented to us are those that will play into the hands of the Lord of the Hells?
You will need to bow to a certain small amount of corruption to stay alive, to finish your task. It is required. But as long as you remind yourself of your own morale, your own law, you should be all right.
Okay, so we can be bad people, but we can't be bad people in the eyes of the Archdevils?
We all have bad in us. Or at least, in the material plane, it is what brings balance. It is required. But while some of the Hells can feel understandable and familiar, it is important to remember where you come from, to not get comfortable. It is easy to see something as the lesser of two evils, but if you did the same thing in the material plane, would you be labeled a great villain? Allow yourself the context of that. Good is nothing here. Be good according to where you come from, not according to here. Have context. Just remember. That's what we try to do. We try to remember. I try to have hope. I do not know what your task is. I hope that you complete it. I would like you to. I don't think you will, though. A millennia of hope. I don't have much yet to give. I suppose this was selfish. Have a good night. And he leaves. And you are left alone in this, for once, comfortably warm room.
Man, so much for that guy's optimism.
Are we all staying in the same room?
Yob. Bunk beds.
Cool. Just needed a mental picture.
I think that if there is like a fireplace and like like one of those like animal pelt carpet sort of situations.
Sorry?
Is there like an animal rug next to like a fireplace, like that kind of like,
very that
vibe? Okay,
oh
cool.
yeah.
I think Shiloh's
but
gonna.
It's like a hellcat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like bright stripes of like red fur or whatever. I think Shiloh's gonna plonk down next to the fire, stretch out, and start pulling the bottles of wine out of the bag of holding and popping them onto the carpet and kind of show the display to everyone and go, well, we're not going to get a lot of chance for boozing, so I suppose we should at least try our very best. Remy, if I heard correctly, you were trying to push the bounds of your inability to be poisoned?
I mean,
I
I
would
think we all
love
have
to
it.
see that. I mean, I'd love to see it.
Bet.
She, in a surprising display of dexterity that she doesn't normally have, does like a tumble roll towards the wine and just immediately pops open the cork that she'd opened before. Yeah, then she like spits it out after opening it with her teeth and just starts like drinking straight from the bottle. And she kind of like sinks into the rug a little.
I think Shiloh's shocked by this and kind of raises an eyebrow as you kind of sink into the pillows behind you. In a kind of approving nod, she pops a bottle herself. Starts pouring a glass.
I'm gonna plop myself down, get my charcuterie sword.
Do you still have like the full chicken, like the full rotisserie?
Yeah, I think I made my way through the leg of lamb while we were choosing wines. That's why I didn't choose great, because I was busy eating. But now I finally have time to like dig into the rotisserie chicken, and I just sit down and say, "Do you think they knew when we were lying?"
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm not sure I care.
Yeah,
I think they were more interested in what. I think they were more interested in what answer we were going to give rather than the truth.
Yes, that seems. Even with numbers on their side and their emaciated state, I doubt that a fight is what they were going for.
I think they were just lonely.
That seems a awfully convoluted way to get information. Or some other kind of satisfaction.
Well, Macnon, were you lying when you said what you said?
What part?
That you served your people. I mean, you're in this lair searching for your daughter, right? What was it you said? Property?
She is mine. Did I serve my people? Well, if you consider leading into battle serving, yes. If you consider starting a civil war serving, no.
No, but you didn't do that for the love of your people. You did that for guts and glory because you like a fight. You like winning.
I was the one with the message that we should not restrain ourselves to the confines of our pyramid in the desert. I said that we should leave and that we should spread the honor of Timanther. Did that also give me a battlefield? Yes.
I have no qualm. Shallow kind of raises her hands. I don't mean to strike a nerve. I mean, I have no problem shooting above your station. That's what I've done my whole life. I think it's quite honorable, MacDon. I just think the angels were interested in a fight of tongues more than anything.
Well, that's what I like about you. You respect the honor in conquest.
I think that Shiloh almost swirls her glass and goes, I only do what I'm told.
All good generals do. Bad generals don't make it to be generals, I guess. Yeah.
Well, the stupid ones tend to fall quickly. And I think Shiloh's actually gonna shoot a glance over to Dear Soul in the corner. And you spoke on hope. I mean, I hope they didn't exactly damper your spirits.
I'm alright, I know what I came down here to do. And I'll do it. So, them being, for lack of a better word, hopeless, doesn't mean that, I'm not.
Well put. And I must say, I understand why you're searching for your wife so hard, she says with a kind of smile.
You understand?
I mean, we all saw her.
Solstice.
Respectfully.
Yeah, no, Solstice gives a nod. Yeah, I mean, how could you give that up? If I can get a goodbye, and hopefully, a smile instead of, the face I've been seeing, that'd be enough.
Sol really said, I hate to see you leave, but I love watching you go.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
I think Shayla's eyes are gonna kind of, or her brow's gonna furrow a little bit. She's like, you don't want to take her home? I mean, not like that, but you don't think you think you're gonna get a smile and a wave and a, it might not mean like that. Kind of raises a glass to Mekton.
What an hell.
I think they clink.
I don't know if I don't know if I expect her to be the same as we are, I guess. I assumed our souls were gonna be in their little phylacteries. I don't know what happens to a soul that's not planned. I don't know. So I don't know what to expect. So you know, if we're able to, if it works out, if we're able to take her, that'd be great. But if we can't, we can't.
Do you think your wife's soul will be changed by being down here? Or her form? What would you be most upset at?
If your wife was a worm, or if your wife was...
If your wife was a worm, would you still love her? Soul kind of has like a bitter expression, like the wine that she was drinking suddenly kind of went bad a little bit. I kind of hope that maybe she did change a little bit. Our souls changed. I don't know if they'll get a warm welcome if it hasn't. So I don't know what she'd think of everything that's been going on.
You see the bottle that Raimi is holding kind of like poke up from the ground. She's now just kind of like staring at the ceiling, and you hear her squeaky voice through a hiccup go,
I mean, if she hasn't changed, do you think she'll still come with us, knowing what you did to Lemira Ultrix? Because that was a lot of torture.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Who's that?
the bottle just sinks again.
You know, we've all done stuff that we're not exactly proud of. That was the person who killed my wife. It is an eye for an eye moment.
And if you want to discover what Soul did that she maybe regrets,
You
check
doesn't
out
regret
the
it.
Click that link,
Patreon.
Please.
But yeah. You know, eye for an eye. She killed my wife.
Respectable.
Thank you. I'm glad that you guys think so. Not sure what that's about me.
You're definitely in the right. You're definitely in the right.
Soul, you've never done anything wrong in your life.
That's for
It's
women's
just
rights
like-
and women's rights.
You know how there's like devil and an angel on your shoulder? You just have 3 devils sitting on your shoulder and saying, "Do it,
Do it, torture.
That's
Do it.
right hook.
But I have a feeling my wife wouldn't be a fan, considering, I guess, yeah, fuck it. The dreams I've been having with her in them. What a vet was referring to.
Are
I
these dreams just what you fear will be her reaction? Or what they actually would be?
All dreams are a metaphor, right? My dream, it's my wife, and she's doing exactly what I did to me. So every night, my wife tortures me to sleep.
But not in
And
the
it's-
hot way.
No. I wish it was. Part of me is at least glad that I can see her again, but I prefer it to be under different circumstances.
I cheers with Raimi for the not in the hot way comment.
I don't know if a sorry is going to fix everything I did, but we'll see. I might as well give it a chance. I didn't get to say goodbye, and I'd like to do it.
It will be interesting to see what form souls take when they come down here. Ymir's brother was a big heart, and Raimi's was herself.
Hey,
But-
I was a way better fighter.
Yeah, but shit, that was the second part of that sentence. Definitely. I hope my daughter is asleep.
Why you don't want her to experience hell? She says almost mockingly.
I think it's delightful, but she doesn't have the fight that I have.
Oh, a soft soul. How old is
Yes.
she? Or how old was she?
We said this in the past episode. Let me see if I remember. Like, I think we said like mid-20s, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Shayla's gonna, now feeling the kind of light buzz,
Incredible.
having basically only drunk wine in the last couple hours, that's what she's using for her long rest, and kind of goes, "Why'd you think she did it then? Your little one said yes. Gave up her soul, came down to hell just to spite you."
She didn't do this herself. No, she was taken from me. She did not leave.
Can you feel her now that you're on? She kind of points to the lair. Excited for our little reunion?
I can't say I've tried. Hey, DM, can I real quick just kind of... Can I try Jean Grey her?
Roll a charisma check.
Okay.
Because that's your magic.
Oh, that's an 18.
Alright. You, focus. And when you take the time to sort of let your innate magic flow out of you, you feel immediately overcome by intense emotion, heightened by it, as you open yourself up to the sin of this realm, and you immediately close it off again. No, all you have is the clues given to you.
No. This place is overwhelming. There's so much here. It could be mine. I don't feel her.
I think that Sheila's gonna pop her glass down, start refilling it. And turn to Raimi, actually.
You can see her hand is actively outstretched towards a bottle right next to your hand as she reaches for a second one. And she just freezes as your eyes settle on her.
Raimi, were you gonna take that?
Yeah. With permission.
Permission granted, go ahead.
Fuck it. Okay,
Alright,
she
go
grabs
for
him
it.
and scurries back.
And Meknon, I think she's gonna kind of point to Raimi, point to Meknon, because Raimi's like also like early 20s, right?
I think so. Like, I think I put her at 24.
Yeah.
Right, so your daughter's about and kind of pointing to Raimi up and down, being like, about, you know, her age. Is it much like
What?
your
Is Remy human or half elf? I forget.
He's human.
Human. I kind of look, just kind of cock my head and say, well, human to dragonborn, maybe.
imagine more scales.
You
the
don't
fire
have a
breathing
tail.
tail.
But you don't, well, you don't have a tail, so it's hard to say. Or horns. How do you do anything without horns? And a tail, I don't get it.
I mean,
Your
with great
back
enthusiasm,
musculature
usually.
is so weird. You don't have all the extra lower back muscles for the tail.
No, but
But they
I
have a lot of
gumption.
extra stuff on the top for some reason. These crazy mammals. Okay, people that draw female dragonborns with tits, what's up? No, that's not how that works.
You can draw them with
So
huge
what I'm
pads.
hearing is Meknon's wife didn't have a huge rack.
No.
She
Great
did,
tail,
but
though.
in spiritually.
She had an absolute dumb truck, though.
Yeah!
That's what I want!
Canon. I need the art.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll look at Remy and I'll just go, yes, well, I would like to say that maybe in a different world, you could have been friends, but no. In a different world, we would be conquering you.
Or que no los dos. I could be a friend and be conquered.
Well, if you're that open to being conquered, yeah, could be.
Listen, I just need structure.
The military
so
is
rude.
great for that.
Oh, this is gonna turn into a fucking recruitment tactic. It's like, hey kid, I hear you have student loans.
it?
Raimi just kind of goes, I mean, maybe we can be friends when we find her. I didn't have any friends growing up, so that wouldn't be so bad.
No.
She needs one after the hell. Okay, well.
No. When we find her, she goes into her phylactery. She stays with me until we're out. And she knows nothing.
Shit, dad, huh?
Probably
What
looking.
makes you say that?
Just speaking
Well-
from experience, right? Same thing happened to me growing up. Had a dad and a mom. Not super great about the whole windows, going outside, having fun, having toys, having friends, a bed, basic necessities, food that didn't taste like shit. All that, right? Now they're on a hit list. So I'm just saying, it's good for your health to be a good dad.
Well, is the good father thing to let my daughter experience the horrors of the hells? Or
Did
to
you
keep
put her
her?
here?
I did not.
If you were a better dad, she wouldn't be here. Raimi is visibly drunk at this point.
You are drunk. These libations have not been cheap, and they have not been common. I will let you have this one pass at me. There will not be another, or I will instantly sober you up, and and withhold all alcohol from you. And it will suck.
Fine.
Well, Meknon, it's not like you haven't said yourself that you're not exactly a father figure.
I am a father and I have a body. That is enough of a father figure.
I will
Yeah,
be
exactly.
a father figure, but your daddy did.
Have I not ventured into the hells for her?
I just think
Did I cut out my own heart?
it seems like, I don't know, maybe that was also for you. Maybe you wanted to feel like you could do something like that. It wasn't really for your daughter, but again, I don't know anything. I just think maybe Raimi doesn't not have a point.
Get her, Jade.
Says, coming from the person who tortured and who doesn't even know if her wife will look her in the eye, I'll take that under advisement.
Yeah. Okay. No. I'll deal with my own problems. You can deal with yours. And I'll be
Agreed.
happily watching.
I think Shiloh's gonna just whisper under her breath and just go, relationships, man, crazy shit. And just take a swig of her glass.
We'll worry about Shiloh later.
I think we just look at Shiloh and go,
You're next.
You're next.
She's still in the bottle.
Charlotte's like, who could ever have a toxic relationship?
Not this guy.
I mean, swear.
I think Shiloh's getting a significant amount of enjoyment, though, watching them go back and forth. Being, like, really destructive, really, like, defensive, just being like, at least it's not me. So she's quite happily sipping on her bottle, kind of. I think she's at the point of, like, giggly wine drunk, and is just observing.
The quality of my parenting Well, Raimi, I will give you this. You are not too far from truth. I was not the most present, but I was proud. Solstice, you said that hope is giving the children a better world. You can believe that I did it all for myself. Even if it is a lie, just think that some part of me maybe wanted to give my daughter the world. If that meant that I had to hold it first, so be it.
Well, here's to hoping she still wants it after you're done with it.
See, Raimi semi-sarcastically raises a bottle.
Good luck, Macron. I hope that your daughter looks at you with love when you see her again.
That's crazy.
That shit.
On that note, so I have this thing called the carousing table. Anyone that wants,
Sorry, wait, what?
anyone that got really drunk, roll a d100.
I thought that had to do with like fucking rolling around towns doing bar crawls.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out what they mean. I love the carousing table, and I will use it whenever I can.
Some wine.
I got a
Like,
67.
Okay.
I don't know if I got that drunk, but I'm gonna roll just for fun.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Charlotte
kind
got
of want to participate.
booze.
Yeah, just gonna put. I got catty. I deserve a little treat.
That's how I feel. I'm like, ooh, I was a little evil. I'm gonna
Munching
roll.
on cheeses off to the side.
I got
Feeling better
50
than ever.
even.
Shiloh keeps stealing pieces from the rotisserie chicken that Macnon like pulled in.
Tapping your hand, smacking your hand away. I'm like, no, it's mine.
Alright,
Look, we've all eaten
this
rotisserie chicken in a
table
parking lot.
determines how you wake up the next morning, by the way.
Oh,
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
Shiloh,
oh
Great.
good.
you
Hello.
wake up in a room you don't recognize somewhere in the mansion. You are face down, and around you, you see 6 strange, floating celestial spectrals that seem to be standing in a circle around you, singing a song you vaguely remember being soothed by in early childhood. Sol, what did you roll?
50.
What the fuck?
It's horrible. I'm so sorry.
You wake up
You wake up, you're like, "Get
on the
away from
floor
me."
of the room. You are covered in dirt and mud. On your bed is a freshly exhumed corpse. Ravi, what did you
Everybody
roll?
else.
Jesus Christ, I rolled a 26.
Maybe something less upsetting happened to somebody else. Or more upsetting.
You wake up in your bed. A dog you have never seen before is licking your left foot.
Oh,
Oh, that's fine.
Like a normal
Keep-
dog, not like a hellhound.
It's probably a Halrog.
angel hound.
It's one of those like hell dogs that is shaped like a normal dog, but it has a couple of displace a beast tendrils out of it, but it's just like wagging its tail and looks very happy. Mechnon, what'd you get?
85.
85.
Got a friend.
You wake up in a strange room, kind of sleeping on what looks like so what I'm looking for, a vanity. You
Okay.
see a familiar rose in a vase, And as you look up at yourself in the mirror, your face is just covered in makeup.
Oh. I will pay somebody
What did
$100 to
me
run
and
this night
Alucard
as a
looking?
one-shot.
What did channel do to me?
Can I play? I need fan fiction on my desk.
Is like the angel in the room? Like
No.
did Magnon fuck the angel?
No, I think they just hung out.
We
Girls'
either
night?
fucked or he put me in drag. I don't know.
Both?
Okay,
He's-
let's do.
You get a. This is not real. You get a vague memory of him just saying, "I would like you to be devoted to serving Kant," and then he put you in drag.
Raimi.
That's nasty.
I'm pushing.
Okay.
I'm hitting Raimi, covered in mud. Raimi, can you help me?
Are we hungover or is this the...
Oh,
here's the
you
section
are
of this?
hung over.
Oh,
Raimi,
I'm
Raimi.
immune to.
I'm immune to poison.
Oh, you're fine.
Does that count? Sweet.
I'm immune to disease if that'll do anything.
No,
we were all
Uh,
Alcohol's not a
Oh,
disease.
it's
alcoholism is.
poison. I don't know. Either way,
So-
she just wakes up, one head pressed to her head, and she goes,
Can you help me?
Ah,
As little questions as possible, because I have no answers. Can you help me throw this out the window before anyone sees? She's gesturing over to a corpse.
It's a corpse of like a devil
That's even scarier to me.
that
Can I
has
just-
like in its chest a burnt out hole.
fist.
Can we just get rid of it before anybody else comes back?
yeah. Oh,
So you're like waving your arms and you realize you're holding a shovel and you drop it like the murder weapon.
Oh god, the clanging like immediately causes Raven to just recoil back.
Sorry, I'll get the head's probably the heavier part. I'll get the upper half if you get the lower.
okay. Yeah. Let's.
Oh, and we like, I guess if the window's open, we'll just like feed it out the window.
Roll a stealth check. Each
I'm
of
really
you
good at
with disadvantage.
Shit.
What's
Wait, I was
Meknon's
gonna-
drag
What
name?
am I doing?
Dirty 20.
Oh, let me think about it.
I normally have advantage, so I'm saying it's a straight roll. Hold on. 3.
3.
Uh,
I have a dirty 20.
yeah. At one point, Raimi is struggling so much and grunting so much that so you just kind of push her out of the way and you just haul it out yourself and you kind of peer out and you just see it tumble down the rocks, becoming many pieces.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to bed.
And Raimi just curls up next to the dog. She like pulls it in the same way that you see videos of people yanking cats in under the covers, and she just like tries to go back.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
sure.
and starts snoring like a goddamn lawnmower.
I wish I could take a pic.
I'm keeping this dog.
Shiloh, eventually the spirits disappear after going like, oh, me, around your body. You kind of stumble back into the room.
I'm definitely drunkenly like firing off spells to try and get them to go away. I imagine they're a little bit like gnats where they just like they just go out of the way and you just can never seem to catch them and they're like following me for a little while before they dissipate. And so you just hear clanking coming down the hallway as Shiloh throws the doors open looking rather annoyed and being like, which one of you pranked me with fucking lullabies?
You just see Sol covered in dirt and Raby cuddling a puppy dog.
We are not taking that home. She says, pointed to the dog.
It's
I'm not
It's
gonna
not
disagree with you.
it's kicking because it's dreaming about running through hell.
Oh.
Where's Megnon?
Meknon, what are you
Oh.
doing?
Hard cut.
They wake up on the vanity. I'm making both possibilities canon. First of all, I'm like, what does my groin hurt? Then I
Oh.
I fall off the vanity. I get myself back up, and I just see like a little. Oh, I don't know, but like it's like a little it's like a sketch of a poster of me and of Mechnon and Drag, and it's just at the bottom, the Conqueror. No. This can never. No. And I'm gonna spit acid into my own hands and just kind of like acid wash my face clean.
That's so funny.
And I think I realized I take off all the clothes that I'm in because it's like tiny little angel lingerie. I take that shit off. I butt naked open the door, holding dick.
Perfectly.
Like,
the dog looks up. Its head is positioned directly over his cock and balls, so the rest of you can't see it, and he's just comically standing there.
Just holding it.
Has
anybody seen my armor? Has anybody seen my armor?
It's just resting really nicely on your bed.
Go in the corner.
Avert your eyes. I go in the. My pants are on.
Thanks.
I think you guys can see just like a little bit of body glitter, just like on my neck that I haven't gotten off.
I think it's best if nobody asks any questions to anybody.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yes. Agreed.
Eventually, all
I'm
of
taking
you
name suggestions though.
pack up your things and begin to make your way back down to the barge. As you leave, Sol, you can see the kids are just hanging out of a balcony and waving as you leave. And all of you
I mean, I'm gonna wave back.
walk, stumble, or limp back towards the barge. And we're gonna have a shorter session today because of reasons. People have to go to family things or have uni. So we're gonna wrap here. But next week, we are going to be heading towards Menaros, the third layer. The layer of greed. And yes, we will be taking name suggestions for the pooch in the Discord and in the chat.
No.
Yeah.
This dog's gonna die.
Everyone was
No.
so against the kids. Remy, you can't have a dog. A dog isn't a kid.
They are not the same
Dude.
thing.
A dog is so much better than a kid. This is Diana
We just
talking.
know the dog is more kind.
Dogs are better.
Dog is.
He's a hell
Alright.
dog. He can help.
Wait, hold on.
Dog.
What stat block does
Whatever.
this dog have? What is it? What did you call it?
It's from the book.
Oh,
It's called a Halog, Halog. You can probably find it on D&D Beyond, like the homebrew section. Otherwise, I have the stat block and the information, and I'll send it your way.
Yeah.
It's actually like really powerful. Maybe I shouldn't have given you one.
Too late.
The CR.
Can
no, take
I-
it back.
The
Yeah, wait,
CR7.
No take back to
Hello, question. If I take Find Steed
Can you what?
Nope, nothing. That's a dumb question.
I looked up Howlog, and the first thing is r/Chains of Asmodeus. Oh my god, they have a Howlog. And
Like,
it's
the
a
exact
DM being
same
like,
thread.
fuck, I accidentally gave them a Howlog. How do I get rid of it?
That's
Oh,
so
they're so
good.
cute. I love them.
Let's go.
Wait, let me see. Send it.
Aww.
Send it to me, Rachel.
Please, I need to know what my
Raimi, you have to be like
Cute.
Ricky Matsui in Unsleeping City, just going into battle, dog beside you.
I'm gonna kill that dog. I'm gonna kill that dog.
No, you're not.
All right.
If you kill this dog,
Everyone
you lay a hand on this
tell
dog
the-
on site in Australia.
Everyone
Dog
tell the
has
people
more
they
hit
can
points than I
find you,
do.
starting with Haley.
Hi, I'm Haley Rosie. I go by Haley. Oh, I'm Haley, and I go by Haley Rosie and everything. I do cosplay stuff. I do fantasy stuff. I do a little TTRPG stuff. You can find it all on the social medias. Yeah.
Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah Harper. I am a professional GM / content creator here on Twitch, TikTok, yada yada yada. You can find me at Hannah Plays D&D basically anywhere, running games and doing silly stuff. So I hope to see you there.
Diana.
Hi, I'm Diana Faye, new pet owner here. I am a short form creator on TikTok Shorts, Reels, and also sometimes Facebook, but I don't advertise it because it places a cesspool. And I'm also a Twitch streamer, streaming Monday through Wednesday, 5 o'clock Pacific time to about 6:30ish. Plus, I'm a panelist, convention goer, host of Worlds Apart, which is a podcast where I do world building with my friend Odie, so you can watch that. It's very good background noise, very good world building inspo. And then I also do various actual plays around the internet, so you can find that, all of them, everything I've ever done. It's basically a resume at this point, in my link tree. So that's me.
Slay. Apollo.
Hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. Sit down. Grab a drink. My name is Apollo. You can find me on the internet at TallNerdApollo. I do cosplay when I have the budget, but I'm going to be spending a really immoral amount of money on LARP kit very soon. Immoral, capital I.
Yes.
I do. What were the other fucking things? Voice acting. God, when I remember. And TTRPG performance. Like this. Next week, I'm gonna be DMing for a charity. DMing a charity one shot. More details on that to come. Anne, who did the art for this incredible stream, is going to be one of my players, and I might TPK them, so that's fun.
As he should. Please do.
As I should. And in a couple weeks' time, I'm going to start streaming again on my own channel because it's summer and they can't stop me. Expedition 33, I will forgive them for being French.
Period.
Thank you.
All right. First and foremost, you should call the dog Asmodeus.
Oh,
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, I didn't come up with that. I stole that from
It's solid.
a campaign I did a long time ago. Anyways, also, don't forget to check out the Patreon where you can see the one-shots. So essentially all of that crazy stuff that these two were talking about like torturing someone, that's on there. So you can have a look. Because, yeah, all the canon is fine now. Also, you can see the time where the party first met Jarlaxle and fought him and his little crew of little guys.
You can see the hundreds of accents we went through.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, for real.
That was a good time. Also follow me on TikTok and all of the other places. Check out the YouTube. Comment. Love you. Also on here on Twitch, I'm playing Expedition 33 and it's fun. You should check that out. Other than that, we'll raid into someone. Say goodbye, my hellish little guys.
Goodbye, hellish
Bye, bye.
little guys.
I'm sorry.